Welcome back to The Playbook, your favorite news sports podcast hosted by yours truly, Peyton Sutton. I'm here with Clifton Duck, the defensive back for the Las Vegas Nighthawks. How you doing today? I know it's a 3-hour time change, so thank you for getting me in.
Of course, not anything to pay. You know what I'm saying? I had to pop in. Doing good. We had practice this morning, but got everything situated, so free right now.
Okay, so we're going to really just discuss basically your journey all the way up till now. Obviously, along with your mindset and, of course, what it actually takes to compete at this high level that you're at now. So, first question to kind of get things going, what is the hardest part about being a defensive back? What's that main trait that people don't necessarily take into consideration when trying to play that position?
I'd say the main trait you got to have is it's tricky because I want to say being comfortable with failure, but it's not necessarily like comfortable, like you're accepting it. But you got to understand it's part of the position. Like nowadays, there's a lot of touchdowns everybody want to see. So like the rules and stuff is kind of bending towards receivers and stuff. So it's really hard to guard receivers and stop them from scoring. So you're gonna give up a few catches or a few touchdowns, but you got to be able to shake it off and bounce back. You know, you got to be able to next play mentality and let things go. Like failure is a part of the game. You just got to be able to fight through and get to the next play. So I think that's the biggest thing, just that mental toughness of it.
Were you able to kind of develop that over time, or did you kind of already know that going into that position?
I would say I really had to develop it the most in college. In high school, it was kind of like, you know, you the man, you showing out.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I'm not going to say it's easy, but like when you put in the extra work, you can kind of get by and not really see too much of the stresses. When you get to college, people really got their craft. Like, it's some people that you really just, you can't stop everything. So you just got to say, hey, look, if he end up doing this, I'm going to try to force him here. If they end up doing this and they get it, kudos to them. But you know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, I say in college, it really got to that point where it's like, you can't stop everything.
For sure. Did you kind of play this position all throughout your life, or did it kind of change a little bit once you got to high school?
So I started playing it a little bit. I actually played quarterback to start when I was younger, so nobody really wanted to play quarterback playing defense. But the more I kind of got a chance to play the position, I started leaning towards it. So I would say it naturally took off in middle school. That's when I stopped playing quarterback and went to defensive back. So it was pretty young.
As you kind of stated before, learning how to just shake off that one instance and move to the next play, how did you kind of focus your mind on a specific person? Like you already just said, once you get to college, it's a whole different breed of players. So obviously they all have their own different craft, but how do you kind of adjust your craft to their craft?
So I just kind of like, I had to go in with the broad mindset of everybody's game is different. You know, you can't go in trying to expect somebody to do what somebody else did. You got to treat every opponent like a new, fresh opponent. And when you do that, you absorb the information to figure out what that person is as an individual player. Like at DB, it's real key for me to individually learn receivers because every person has their own style.
Right.
So I started just separating everybody. You know, I can't guard everybody the same. I got to learn this person individually. So it became more mental aspect, more studying, you know, stuff like that.
Got you. So how did you kind of prepare for each game going into it? You know, I know on a basketball perspective, I had like pregame ritual. Do you have a pregame ritual?
Not necessarily a pregame ritual, so to say. Now, I will say earlier on in my professional career, I had like certain things I had to do every day. But like, I'm going into year 5 now, so now I feel like I got more of an environment I know how to put myself in that makes me comfortable and get ready for the game. I know a lot of dudes, they like to be real rah-rah. Some people just like to keep it silly, to keep the nerves down. I'm kind of a little balance in between both. So I kind of stay in my own little corner. I, you know, interact with my teammates. You know how I go. Interact with teammates every now and again, but I just go back to my little corner, you know. I really like, so the craziest thing about me is I take a nap up into the game.
Yep, that sounds all right.
Yeah. So I stretch and stuff early, do like a little something, but then I take a nap because it just helps me stay cool and calm. Like you don't get overexcited or over anxious. So take that nap, you know, as long as I get my nap and I stay in my own little circle, I ain't like too crowded or too bunched in. That's kind of like my little.
I feel that. You kind of already touched on the next topic I'm going to bring up, crowds. Now, you're at that pro level, so of course, that crowd is going to be crazy. It's going to be jumping, a lot of people. how did you kind of shift that mindset? Because of course, college it was definitely a little bit of that as well, but now at a different level, it's increased. So how do you kind of, like you said, keep your cool, keep your head focused on the game?
It's actually a little bit of both, cause well, I probably shouldn't say it, but you know me more on the personal side. You know, I am like more outsy, more going. So like, it's kind of like it kind of feed me at the same time. Like I had to find that balance, early on of taking the energy from the crowd, but also not getting lost in the crowd.
Right.
But it kind of feeds me. Even away games, I tell people all the time, even that feeds me. Like when the fans is talking junk to me, it's like, yeah, man, I'm about to make this play, and I'm gonna come right back to you. I'm gonna come right back to you. So it's just like a little bit of, it's like a little give and get, a little push and pull. Like I like to feed off the energy, but I know at certain times I gotta tune them out and then lock in on my play. So I say just finding that balance of not getting yourself too excited, but also not letting yourself get too down because everybody rattling at you. Because in the arena they're like right there. Sometimes you go over the wall, so they don't really let you know how they feel about you.
Yeah.
So it's like more like basketball than outdoor football. You know what I'm saying? How y'all fly into the crowd and stuff like that. So you know what I'm saying? Just finding that balance of not letting it get to you, but also being able to be mentally strong enough to let it fuel you. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy it.
I get that. So what kind of motivated you throughout all these years? You already stated this is year 5. So this is not something that you just started. You have been going at this for a while. How is the body maintaining, number one? And what keeps the motivation?
So with number one, how's the body maintaining? I realized that, I'm not too old. I'm 27, but I went pro a little early. So I kind of got a couple more years than people at my specific age. So I say just early on, I learned to really slow down and appreciate rest. Like I know everybody want to grind. It's like when you idle, you feel like, dang, somebody outworking me. But that rest and really resting though, like not just saying, oh, I'm chilling, I'm on my phone, but like stretching, you know what I'm saying, rolling out, or even just getting in a hot tub, cold tubs, things like that, actually like proactive with it, that really helped me prolong, like knock on wood, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna say this to the country, but like I haven't missed a pro game in years. Like people don't understand, like that longevity is crazy, and they ask me how you do this and how you don't miss games and how all this thing is going, but when I tell them, I say I actually take the time to rest.
Right.
Like when people feel like, oh, I gotta go work out or I gotta be the strongest in listening, I actually look at my body and I understand my body for what it is, and I don't try to be what somebody else is doing, because somebody else may be able to go work out.
Right.
But my body needs to rest, and I feel like just really diving in and paying attention to my body specifically and what helps me. That's how I've been able to like prolong my career and not miss games. Like I haven't missed a game.
That's good.
In 4 years. I haven't missed a game in 4 years. That's about 20 games a year, not missing a game. You know what I'm saying? So it's like just understanding your body and what works for you and staying true to yourself, not getting caught up in the hype like, oh, he going to work out. I don't want now working. No, if your body ain't got it, your body ain't got it.
Right.
Just go get it when you can.
No, you're good. What actually motivates you just to keep going?
Actually motivates me, and it's still my go around. Early on it was always fam, because just like seeing where we come from, where we come from, a lot of people didn't make it out, a lot of people didn't get that chance, a lot of people didn't even get looked at, and they was just constantly burning resources, time, and everything to get me where I needed to just be in the environment. And I always felt like my give back to them was just to get the results, like y'all not doing this for no reason. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm in year 5 now, so the more I got into the league, it kind of shifted to, I just want to be the best. Like when it's all said and done, wherever I lay my feet at, wherever I lay my helmet down, like, I touched the league, touched CFL, whatever, now I'm in the IFL. Wherever I finish at, they're going to say Duck was the best in that. You know what I'm saying? Duck handled his, Duck was this, Duck was that. And that's what keep me going, because anytime I step on that field, that's what they're going to say.
Yeah.
Duck whatever, Duck followed by.
Okay, that's that reputation. I feel that for sure. So the next kind of question, we're gonna roll into more of your current team. You've had a few other teams obviously prior to, but now you are in Las Vegas. Love that for you. The background is already, it's beautiful. Like chilling poolside. I'm like, what? But moving back to the team, what kind of creates that culture with the team? How have you kind of able to transition from team to team and still be able to work together collectively?
Okay, on my transition side, I feel like I'm just a real open-minded individual. picture on how a championship team is supposed to look. I just understand that you just have to mesh with your group of guys. Like, you can't tell one person to do something that you've seen somebody do just because they work, because they got to fit their play style, you know what I'm saying? So I really just go in with an open-minded, and I feel like I'm able to adjust to my situations well, and that's what helped me in my career. Like, whatever a team needs from me, I could do my best in person to fit that need, you know what I'm saying? And I do it pretty well as of lately, you know? So I feel like that's my knack. Speaking for this team individually, I'd have to get at to Coach Mike, my head coach, Mike Davis. The character of guys that you recruit is probably the biggest thing on professional levels, because it's not like college where you really get a lot of time with the individual person to recruit, but you just basically going off, you watch some film, you try to talk to people, get some references, see like what you can get about their character, and you bring them in and hope for the best. And this group of guys has been unlike anybody I've been around. Like, the characters, the energy level is never low. Like, a lot of times in pro sports, everybody think, oh, I'm grown man. Like, can't nobody tell you nothing, or can't nobody motivate you when you're down. But like, this team is just absorbing all the energy, all the info. Like, it's never a dull moment. You know how I am. I be kicked up, dancing, having fun. Everybody matching it. We be turned, blasting the music and stuff like that. So it's just, I feel like just the character and the energy around this team is like something I've never been around before.
I love that for you, definitely. So speaking still towards the team, what do you kind of want to accomplish this season with the team and also individually?
I'm about to say, you know me, it's go big or go home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, if I went in order, if you win my conference, well, win our conference, and then win our championship, you know what I'm saying? Biggest goal is to win that championship, you know what I'm saying? Like, we in Vegas, we gamble, baby, all or nothing, you feel me? So it's like, I know we got out here, we know we got out here, our coaches know we got out here. It's up to us to prove what we think we got out here, and the only goal we got is championship, you know what I'm saying? Our biggest thing out here is, excuse my language, can't be fucked with.
Yeah, I hear that, for sure. So, other little questions that I want to ask, more toward now, what is like the biggest lesson that you've actually learned, maybe about yourself or about the game, whatever really comes to mind?
My biggest lesson, I want to touch back on stay in your lane. Like I said, even like my recovery, even off the field things, even on the field things, like being a pro is real. It's a team sport in the building, but out the building, it's real individualized. Like, nobody is watching you to tell you how to have yourself ready to do your job, or to have yourself available to do your job. You see a lot of people get in trouble doing little things, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, whatever it takes for you to get your job done and be available to the team, you gotta figure it out. So like, let's say I'm in Vegas, everybody might think, oh, it's late, you're in Vegas, you can't really turn, blah, blah, blah. But if that don't work for me to get my football job done, then I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't saying I do, but I'm saying, for instance, I may have teammates who can do that. They can go out, gamble, turn up, blah, blah, and then come to practice and be locked in. I may not. So it's like being able to understand your race, your pace, and what works for you, and not trying to keep up with everybody else is kind of like the biggest thing that you gotta learn when you get to that pro and next level. Because ain't no coach who's gonna tell you what to do. Ain't nobody guiding you. Ain't nobody holding your hand. It's either you get this done or you don't.
Right. Very much
so.
Like,
it's like, either you want to be here and you do what it takes to be here, or
you get sent home.
You don't. You're at the crib. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's the biggest thing. Like, understanding that you can't, and it's also like, in college you try to look out for people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you doing this, I'm gonna try to cover for you. In the pros, I'm tell you straight up, like, hey, look, we gotta be here, we gotta be here at this certain time. I'll let you know when I'm leaving, but if you ultimately not leaving at this time, I gotta go.
Right.
That's on you.
That's on you, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, so being able to keep it real with people and hold other people accountable too is another thing. Like, you gotta be able to let it know, like, hey, look, you tripping, that's on you. I'm gonna slide. You know what I'm saying? So
that definitely takes
stuff like that.
That definitely takes a different view on maturity, not just in general, but kind of just overall. We're just talking about being able to choose priorities that actually matter, then have the fun later. So definitely can see that. Last little question I want to ask, since we're already talking about going to the different states and currently in Vegas, like I stated before, you've had the chance to travel all over, internationally at that. So love that for you. Got your passport stamps, yes, as you should. But do you have like a favorite place that you've been? Keeping football to the side. This is really just you in general liking where you're at.
Living wise, I say I ain't gonna lie. Denmark, Copenhagen, Denmark was probably like that was probably like one of the because I'm like a chill vibe now. I got so I like to just chill. Be out in the sun. Everybody like ride their bikes. They go on walks. They just chill out in their yards in the grass, kind of like it's just so chill. Like the vibe is just so nice. Like for example, grandmas and kids be out in the street at like 11, 12. That's how cool it is. Like that's how vibe it is. Like you know what I'm saying. I ain't saying you can't do that nowhere in the States, but you at least gonna be looking over your shoulder.
Yeah,
like
you know what I'm saying.
Like, so it's just you know what I'm saying. So it's just like the overall chill vibe. I feel like that's just more my speed than where I'm at in life. So it was just like it was just relaxed. Like when it's sun out, everybody just like to go at the water and just find their own little space in the grass and just kick it with their peoples. I never had any like crazy interactions. People just seem naturally happier. You bump into somebody, it ain't like the crazy word. They're like, oh man, my bad. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the food is cleaner. You eating lean, feeling good. You walking everywhere. Like yeah, Denmark, Copenhagen was probably like 10 out of 10. Okay. 10 out of 10.
Okay. Last little thing to wrap it up. What is your advice to those pursuing not just your position, but in general, pursuing football at that pro level?
My advice to anybody pursuing football at that pro level is never let your ego take away from results. So me, I never knew I was going to end up in the IFL. You know what I'm saying? Did some time with the Bears, did some time in the CFL, and I kind of hesitated to go in the IFL because it was just like, dang, like arena, we're going to go arena. But at the end of the day, the people I met, the coaches, the businessmen, just the players with different journeys, just traveling all over, like I couldn't ask for anything better, especially because we give our lives to these sports. Like we start playing these sports when we young, you know what I'm saying? A lot of workouts, a lot of films, a lot of stuff like that. So like, don't only think money is the only value in this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Think outside the box. Get your value from seeing the world. Get your value from connections. Get your value, some things from outside of that. Like, we use football now. Don't let football continue to use you.
I really like that side note, considering about the money perspective, because you see everybody's so uptight when it comes to money, and I feel like we're so headstrong only on the figures, but we're not thinking about the bigger picture. So I really do appreciate you just putting that out there for those to realize, like, money can come and it'll go, but these experiences that you are going to experience at this level, traveling the world for free, basically.
Come on.
Like, come on. Like, you'll get the money. It'll come. Living the life right now. Oh my gosh. Yes. But I thank you so much for coming to the podcast. Y'all heard everything from Plays with Pay. Once again, we're back here with Clifton Duck. Tune in next time with Plays with Pay, where hustle turns into highlights.